also started.
Right.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Initially, Hackveda Limited started by building small level cybersecurity products. Hackveda Limited also started working towards various research and development organizations where we make understand the researchers what was cybersecurity and what are the publication and things can be done in order to dominate the cybersecurity domain. So followed by 2012, we also started working towards delivering various software workshops and around somewhere 2014 and 15, company grew as a global and we also recognized as the unique company. And then finally in 2017, company registered out of VMDT Technologies as a separate entity. So our main core mission of the company is to solve the cybersecurity problems, where we also work on software development, research support, and workforce development. And within a 1 year, company grew as a got global, recognized as a global, and we registered in Canada in 2018. Our main mission is to solve the hiring problems, that is to build workforce pipeline between institute to industry. Our main goal is to build industry products and share experience. You guys can too contribute to our goals by building industry level products and gaining experience and knowledge. And by your creativity, we can develop on improving the existing products and building the new products.
So moving on to the key products that we have built and you guys will be initially working on. These products have been designed to gain experience on how industry level products can be built. So first we have the body composition machine. It is sort of a product that we manufacture. Then we have the paratrooper locator system. Now this is one of our products that we have built for like a longer period of time. And we have been building and improving this product for more than 5 years now. This is also a product that we manufacture and supply to ADRDE Agra, which is a defense research organization. And third, we have AI Blood Report Manager. Now, this is another important product that we have made, and we have also used AI and NLP to extract data from reports and analyze them to find out anomalies and recommend proper medication and home remedies to make it easier for doctors to analyze reports. It is currently being used by various diagnostic labs as well. Then we have our heart fitness app. Now, this is used to measure heart health of a user, and it is used by sport individuals, fitness coaches, and fitness related institutes. And we have had various versions of it. One is the Android app, other is a smartwatch app, and also currently under development in the domain of web. Then we have a certified Pearson VUE Test Center, which has conducted more than 3,000 plus exams for companies like Apart from these, we also work towards various other technologies like machine learning, deep learning, cloud computing, and so on. And most of the products that we have built are focused towards defense research, which is estimated around 33.3%. Then we have 25% towards the healthcare sector. Then we have 16.7% towards research and professional courses, respectively, and around 8.3% towards internship and trade. So our services, one of the main services is software development for our clients, such as defense research development organizations, where we work on scientific analysis. Apart from that, we are also working with Laser Science Technology Group Center for fire explosives. And apart from that, we are also working in healthcare segment, like I mentioned before, with respect to Django web applications, as well as Android and smartwatch applications and other major segment that we work are towards education, such as creating professional courses, workshops, and training. We also provide research support. And currently, our main scope of research are machine learning, deep learning, cybersecurity, and network simulation. And we are also expanding our scope of research towards these domains. we, as we have already discussed, that we are authorized Pearson VUE test centers, and we conduct more than 3,000 plus, internation exams, and we also develop assessment exams for some of our clients as well. Finally, just like I said about our internship and professional courses, we conduct offline and online internships as well as self-learning professional courses with live mentorship during the internship. And if needed, we may share some of the courses with you. We also conduct a lot of workshops. Currently, software testing has been one of the ongoing courses that we have. Anshita?
Yes. Key people of our organization are Mr. Devanshu Shukla, who is co-founder, executive officer, technical officer in Hackveda Limited, and he manages all the technical operations and projects in Hackveda Limited. Then we have Mr. Vijay Kumar, who is co-founder and director operations in Hackveda Limited, followed by Ms. Neha Avasti. She is co-founder and director HR in Hackveda Limited. And then we have Sumit Dhama, who is co-founder at Hackveda Limited at Canada branch. He stays in Canada and look after Canada branch. Now I request Devanshu sir to take over the webinar.
Thank you, Anshita. So guys, hope we are all audible properly. And a very warm welcome, everyone, first of all, for joining our webinar for the day. So objective of today's webinar is to introduce you with what kind of internships Hackveda is offering. I believe your college would have communicated a lot of information in detail about what all we do. And my team members have also introduced a little about what all we do. So I would like to take this opportunity and introduce a few more things in details with you guys about what we exactly do. So allow me to share my screen and let me just reach out to the main points of the presentations and the today's agenda. So guys, so Hackveda, as we already told you that we started Hackveda in 2011 and we have been working with various government organizations. Initially, we had this introduction to colleges where we have been working with students on certain workshops and we were working with researchers as well. At that point of time, we found out that there is a huge gap with respect to what the industry actually needs and what is being taught at the college. So at college, candidates are learning at an application level, but how these applications are being developed, what is the exact technology which needs to be used, how different technologies are integrated into each other, and how the systems are formed. This practical implementation is somewhere missing in the academic education. So I believe many of you might be facing these challenges today as well. When I was a kid, when I was doing my engineering, there were not many resources, or I should say in this way, resources were there, but it was not easily accessible. As of now, you guys can see there are various YouTube channels. A lot of content is being published on various YouTube channels. Then there are various websites like Udemy and XYZ, where a lot of content is available nowadays. But at that point of time, we were not content rich. But now the next challenge is when the content is here, there is no clear path to which content to take up and how to reach out to the final destination. You might get a lot of prototype level information at various different channels on various different websites, but making a complete product end to end is again a challenge. And it is a very, very important part of working in an organization. You need to understand how things are being developed and how they are integrated practically, and how the customer accepts the product. On YouTube, nobody will tell you the product is formed, but when the product was delivered to the customer, whether the customer has accepted the product or not, whether the product satisfies the customer's requirement or not. So there are various challenges and there are various stages to product development. We are not only limited to these software products, as we are building various hardware products also. So there is a close integration of software technology, hardware technology, and a lot of non-technical things as well. when it comes to internships and when it comes to experience. So we thought of communicating this information, communicating this experience to the candidates so that good products can be formed. So now coming back to what is the objective of Hackveda on offering these internships. So our objective is we are building a marketplace where we are building multiple products, and we want people to work on these products and build a marketplace for us. That is what is the bigger objective, the top level objective. If I say it is my 10 years objective, or it is the organization's 10 years objective, that we should have a marketplace where some good quality software products must be available and people should be able to access those products. So I'm going to give you a very quick glimpse of the marketplace. What are we trying to build? It is very, you know, what do we say? It is at a very tender age as of now, but within next 10 years, it is going to be, you know, something with a contribution of all the great team members which we have and the new interns which are joining with us. So guys, I'm taking you to the marketplace, and let me just give you a quick glimpse of what the marketplace is. So we are actually building a marketplace where there are some good quality softwares which are available, which can be downloaded, which can be purchased from Hackveda. And this is for the public segment, for the private market, not for DRDOs. Now coming to the next point, why are we hiring interns? So we want these interns to understand how we have developed these products, and they should be able to help us to develop further products for us. Okay. I'm going to give you a quick glimpse of a couple of products which we are currently making for the private market. And the objective is that the interns should learn how we have already developed these products task by task, one by one in stages, so that you gain the relevant experience of how you are building the product, what all challenges are coming in, and you should be able to contribute in development of further products so that we can build a bigger marketplace. Okay. I believe my objective is clear, and everybody would have, maybe you would have received the message which I wanted to convey when it comes to the marketplace. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a couple of products which we are building, and then I'm going to show you how the internship processes would work with respect to these products. So the first one which I would like to show you is an algorithmic trading system which we have made for the people, and this is known as Day Trade Insight. So what do we do here in this product? Here we inform our customers with respect to live updates and analysis of the stock market. Okay, the stocks in picture for the daily recommendation, and getting these intraday stocks, getting this information of intraday stocks is a very popular requirement among the customers today. Okay, if somewhere, if you see Google Trends, you will obviously in the business segment, you will naturally notice that people are actively looking for the share prices, what is going to go up, what is going to go down, and a lot of recommendations are being done. And all these recommendations are done with proper technical analysis and proper analysis of the data. Okay, so I'm taking you there. So this is the first product which I want to show you. The first product is Day Trade Insight. So this is the product where we update the analysis of the stocks, what would be working in today's trading sessions. So reaching out to this point, so what do we have here is, let me just give you a quick brief of this. So we do have certain stock recommendations, which we believe as per our technical analysis that these stocks might give a better performance. Okay. So there is a current price, which we fetch the data from National Stock Exchange. Then we have a target, which is identified with certain data analysis practices. A lot of things are being done here, you know. So there is a full stack web application. This full stack web application has n number of web services at the backend. These web services are doing API communications. Apart from these API communications, there is a lot of server-side events happening. Apart from those server-side events, then there is data analysis happening. Okay. Then there is a complete database management happening. Then there is cloud operations happening where the application is being deployed, because when n number of people access the product, then the services needs to be scaled. At that point, cloud and DevOps are being used. So one product is capable of, explaining the roles and responsibilities of multiple domains or multiple technologies. Okay, so that's where the internships come in. So what do we do? So we have a product, or we have, say, a number of products, and we want these interns to come and see how these products are being done, how they are functional, how there are a number of features which are being integrated, how they have been developed, what are the industrial practices to get it done. So that's what we are doing. Coming back to the lower section, so what do we have here is we have certain target hits with respect to last 2-3 days. What were the recommendations? So out of 15-16 recommendations which the company has given in last 2 to 3 trading sessions, we have got around 12 hits. Okay, so now how these hits are happening, how the calculations are being done, all these are done at the back end, and there are different teams involved. So what kind of teams are involved? There's a Python team who's doing the calculations. There is a Django team who's taking care of the full stack web development part. There is a cloud team who's taking care of the cloud operations. Then there is a database management team who's handling the databases. Then there is a UI team who's taking care of the user interfaces. Then there are various services, and a number of things are there. Okay, so that's what you guys need to learn and understand practically, that how a functional product is working, and what are the implications, or what are the steps to get these things done, and what are the roles and responsibilities of different teams. Now coming back to here, then what all we have is, apart from this, there are various sections, like there is an advisor login section, then there is a user login section. Let me just walk you into a user login so that you understand how that works. So let me just get into a user section where I'm getting a number of stocks with the all detailed information about what each and every stock is doing. Then there are certain target hits. Then we have certain technical analysis of all those of a particular stock, that what are the moving averages saying, what are the advanced technical indicators indicating, and all these things work in a real time market. Okay, so as you have heard, maybe many of you would have heard about stock market, how that is done. It is one of the most promising segment where power of software or power of technology is being utilized. And when you have a product where the actual power of technology is being used, then you get to learn a lot of things. Okay, a lot of things are happening at the back end, and how they are integrated together. So there are a lot of mathematical calculations which are being done. Then those mathematical calculations are converted into codes. Then these codes are converted into modules. Then the modules are integrated into a complete system. And that's how the complete product functions. Coming back to the more information. So let me show you. The second thing we have is the positions, where we do an active buy-sell trade of the stocks. Okay, this practically displays you how stock buying processes are being done, how stock selling is being done, what is the profit on each and every stock we are making in. So on an average of 5,40,000 rupees, we made around 13 lakh rupees in the last 2 to 3 trading session, as per the recommendations given by the product. Okay, so that's like a justification how the product is working, and how the recommendation systems are working, and what is the end result of the product. Coming back to the next portion of the web application, then we have some n number of advisors. So these are the registered SEBI advisors, those who give their recommendations on the platform. So there are two kinds of users. One is the managers, and second one is the practical users, those who are consuming. So here you can understand how different roles and responsibilities are integrated into a product, into an application. Okay. Coming back to the next segment of the positions, then we have a wallet segment. Okay, I believe everybody would have heard about wallet, just like Paytm wallet, if you have heard. So here every user has a wallet. Depending on that wallet, what all calculations are being done. As in, suppose I have invested 1 lakh rupees with a particular advisor. So on my investment of 1 lakh rupees, I'm making a profit and loss of 63,000 rupees in last 3 to 4 trading sessions. and what is the stats of the advisor, what is my withdrawal history. So all these real-time operations you guys will be able to learn during the internship. And it is not just only for web developers, it is for all. Data analysis team is working on the background data, how the analysis is being done, how the recommendations are being generated. Then there is a full stack team who is working on front-end design, back-end design. Now, coming back to the back-end designs, there are certain modules which are developed in Django, where we do need asynchronous operations, where we have to collect the data in real time and we have to do calculations in real time. There we are using Django as a product, which is deployed on a cloud platform. Okay. On the interface, the current interface which you are seeing is a server side. At server side, we are using PHP programming language, which is communicating with the database using server side events and then populating that data to the customers. So all these detailed information about how things are being done and how multiple technologies are integrated into one, that is the objective of gaining the information in the internships. Okay, so that's what we do. Coming back to the next segment, let me just reach out to the next part of this. So post the wallet, what do we have is we do have the login, logout mechanism so that you can understand how sessions are being handled, how multiple users can access the application at the same time, and how the applications can scale with respect to n number of people are coming in. So all these things, apart from that, let me just get back into a advisor account so that you can understand how these recommendations are being managed. Let me just get into it. So now I'm getting into an advisor's account where an advisor has the complete facility to edit a recommendation, to add a recommendation, to delete a recommendation, and all that stuff. Okay, how the stocks are being edited, how the calls and options are being introduced. So this is a real-time product which the consumers are using. And that's what is somewhere missing when it comes to college education. Okay, you might have heard all these technologies as different subjects, but when it comes to industry, you have to understand how these different subjects can be treated as individual technologies and how these technologies integrate with each other so that real-time systems form. Okay, so that's what is the major objective of these internships which Hackveda is organizing, where what do we really want is we want to let you know how we want to actually provide you different short-term tasks one by one so that you can understand how small level tasks are being done in order to make a complete product out of it. Okay. Coming to the second product, this is one such product where we are using a number of technologies. Now I'm coming back to the marketplace again. So let me just reach out to Hackveda.in marketplace again. So here in the marketplace, the second product which I want to show you is a diagnostic expert product. Okay, this is also a Django-based product. And what are we doing here? So this one is the AI blood report manager, which Prithvi has explained you. So out of the n number of products which were listed on the slide, we brought two products for you for the demonstration today. One is the algorithmic trading system, which is Day Trade Insight. And second one is AI blood report manager, which you have in front as of now on my screen, TM blood report manager. So if you can see here, it is a Django based application. This application is running on AWS EC2 instance. So the deployment, the creation of instances, how the deployment is being done. So there are n number of processes involved. So let me just log into the product and let me show you how the UI and all the things looks like and what are the processing of this application and all. So reaching out to the search segment where I would like to show you a profile of a person. Let's say here is the profile of one person where we can add new reports of the particular person. We can view previous reports of what all medical analysis data has been taken from his blood reports and what kind of recommendations are being given here. So if I show you one report, one sample report, where this information which you are seeing on the screen is literally fetched through NLP technology, given a blood report out of any diagnostic lab, irrespective of the format of the blood reports, the product will read the information of what all tests are being done, Then it will read the test results along with the units. Different diagnostic labs have different unit conversions. So it will automatically perform the unit conversion with respect to doctor's acceptance. And then it fetches the information and arrange in a particular format. And finally, once the doctor understands that what all blood report, test results are okay, it is fine, and what all needs attention. So it gives you a quite structured approach of, of a healthcare of a person. And upon that healthcare, upon that health status, then different medicines, different diets, and a number of things can be prescribed by the doctor to a fellow patient. So I have shown you two products here, so that one is a stock market kind of an application where high power technology is being used. And second is a healthcare segment, which is quite popular, which I believe you guys are very, very clear. Two kind of applications and two kind of segments are really booming nowadays. One is the stock market and the currency market segment, and second one is the healthcare segment, if you see on global levels. So what do we really want is the interns should learn how these products are practically built. Because when you go into an industry, when you join a company, they might be having a product, but they will not allow you access to all the features which you can learn during an internship. Okay, so that's what is the major objective of organizing these internships and hiring interns to show them what kind of things are being done. Now, so as you have seen these two products, again, I believe you guys are clear that the objective is when you join a company, you will be working on a specific segment. You will have certain roles and responsibilities, and you may never get access to build a complete end-to-end system. Okay. During internships, you have this access to work on different technologies one by one, be a part of a bigger system, understand how different segments of a particular system are developed, how it is deployed. So you enhance the scope of your learning during an internship with the real-time products. Okay. Now, so there are various products, and we are in queue to build many more products like these. And I would like to show you one approach as well, that on what kind of approaches we are working as of now, and what is the demand of these products which we are building. So I'm showing you a third product, which is a YouTube downloader product, which is one of the most searched software on internet today. And you might not agree on the statistics, but I'm going to show you the actual statistics through Google so that you will really get to see an understanding and the clear picture of what is happening in the industry and what you should learn right now, what you should experience right now, what you should learn and what you should develop right now. Okay. So I'm reaching out to Keyword Planner, and I would like to show you, I would like to search software. So I would like to see what is the maximum kind of software which is being searched on Google as of now. So I have reached out to Keyword Planner and I'm searching for software, and you might be amazed to see that YouTube downloader software is one of the most searched product every month. Okay. So I'm just arranging the average monthly searches in the descending order, where the highest order is, so it is around 10 million, around 11 million searches are being done every month for a product like a YouTube downloader software. Okay. And you can see that year on year, there is an 82% change in those in search or in demand of these products. And the competition is very, very low, which means still there is huge scope of developing these products. Apart from this, the second one is a PDF converter. Then we have a merge PDF. Then we have Word to PDF converters. Then we have PDF editors. And a lot of ad revenue is being developed or is being earned by making these products. So you might say, sir, there are a number of YouTube downloaders available, and still you can see the competition is very, very low. Even though there are YouTube downloaders available, but as a product, as a market, the competition is very, very low as of now as well. Okay. And you can make a lot of revenue out of building those products and out of making money out of the advertisements, and there are various sales prospects. So just to give you one idea, so Hackveda's objective is to build all of these softwares which are in queue for our marketplace, so that people can come, buy the product, buy the software, buy the subscriptions with various different channels and models. And that's where we want high number of interns to join the company, understand how we have built one product, understand the if and buts and each and everything of how a real-time product is developed and how it is deployed, and then contribute in development of further products in queue. That's what is the major objective. So I will show you one example. So you can see that YouTube downloader is one of the topmost searches which is happening. And sincerely, I'll take you to the YouTube downloader product, which we have developed. And there are a lot of, so this one is the YouTube downloader. You can share a YouTube video link and you can quickly get the download done from this YouTube downloader. And this as well is a Django project, which is running on AWS cloud instance. Okay. So guys, that's what I want to tell you, that there are multiple technologies. All these technologies integrated into one makes a system, and the system is a web application or a mobile application which is being done. And I would like to make one more thing clear. So suppose a candidate thinks, okay, I should get into full stack web development and then I'll be able to make a website like it. Definitely you will be able to make a website like it, but behind the scenes, what is happening, how a YouTube download is being done, what all Python libraries you can use, what all Django libraries you can use, then customization of that information, making that information converted into a segregated information which can sell the product. Okay. So all these things are required in order to make a complete functional system. And that's where the internships come in. And you should, so you should join these internships in order to learn things in this particular format. Now, since I believe many of you would have already understood about the importance of internships, one more question I would like to address here as of now. A lot of times we face this question where people ask, sir, we want to join an internship and is it a course? No, it is not a course. Okay. Course is something where somebody is going to teach you that this happens. Okay. Internship is all about learning the experience of building a system, which means you will be provided with a reference. You take the reference, you try to implement the reference, what all challenges are coming in. Now you have to solve these challenges out, which will really give you a real-time understanding or real-time learning experience of how the product was built with the all-time challenges coming in. Because suppose if you have learned one basic technology, IT is so fast that all these technology which you have learned, suppose 1 month back or 2 months back, will become obsolete the next month. Those libraries, those APIs might not be working again. The versions might change. Your previous product might not be functional because of version change of an X API. So you have to be very, very clear about the approach and mechanism of the learning, approach and mechanism of building the product. And you can get that only in an internship. It is nowhere possible in a course. It is nowhere possible in watching a YouTube video. In a YouTube video, you can make a product similar to what is there in the YouTube video. But if somebody will ask you to make another product out of that learning, it will be very, very hard. Because for every product, there will be different challenges. And for every challenge, you need to look after the solution for that challenges. And internships develop this skill of identifying the challenge, facing the challenges, getting more information or the solution for those challenges which are coming in. Okay. So that's where the challenges come in. And that's what we want to do. So when you join us as an intern, we give you certain tasks of the existing products which we have done at a early stage. So the process is somewhat like this. Our internships are from 4 weeks to 6 months. So when you join us as an intern, we give you certain reference material, which includes video references of certain training sessions which we have organized, so that you are fed with the fundamental information. Okay. Then what all fundamental information you are taking in, you have to reproduce that information in form of a presentation. And there will be a Scrum manager who will be validating your presentation. Okay. With this presentation, what do we really want to do is, we want to identify whether we have given you a small piece of information and a small piece of reference, what are you bringing back out of that information? So we score you at every stage, and post that the next task in queue will be allotted to you. So your learning will be in a stage-wise manner where you will be working on multiple different tasks in order to understand the challenges of how these tasks are being done. So yes, we do provide the references. We do provide the steps to get those tasks completed. Finally, you have to give a presentation to the Scrum manager. The Scrum manager will assess your presentation as a customer, and he will give you a feedback of what is missing in the product or what is missing in the presentation, how the communication has to be improved. So all those things will be done. So we do have a live meeting every day, Tuesday to Friday. Once you join the internship, every Tuesday to Friday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., we have this Scrum meeting organized regularly, where n number of the presentations are being done by other participants, okay, whose presentations is scheduled for that day. So they present their work, and the Scrum managers will understand what work has been done. They give the suggestions, they give the feedbacks, and post that the intern goes to the second task. So coming to the internship management, so we do have an intern tracker system. I would like to introduce that as well so that you get a clear idea. And I'm going to log into one account, and you'll be able to understand how things are being done. So once you join an internship with us, internship is from 4 weeks up to 6 months. Yes, we do offer stipends during these internships. For the first 2 months, there are no stipends. First 2 months is probationary. You have to score minimum 70% in order to pass the probation. And once after 2 months of duration, you pass the probation, you become a paid intern with us. During this paid internship, your major objective is to work on company's software, which the company is building. So information will be provided to you, requirements will be provided to you, and you have to make a software or a product out of it with respect to the learnings which you have done previously during your probation period. Okay. Now, I'm coming to the platform. So let me log in here. So I'm logging with one of the interns' account. So here is an intern tracker account, which is given to every intern once his registration is done on Hackveda's platform. So what do you get here? So I'm going to quickly walk you through with a couple of things. So my name is Devanshu Shukla. He is my intern, Nitish Kumar. Nitish Kumar is a full stack web development intern with us. He started his internship on 16th November 2022. He's currently active. He raises a stipend of 22,000 rupees a month with respect to the tasks and what all he does. Apart from this, here are certain task progresses which you can see, which are allotted to him. So what an intern daily does. So intern marks his attendance, intern requests the new tasks. We allot the task to the intern. Once the intern has done his task, he requests a presentation schedule. A presentation schedule is allotted to him. He joins the presentation. He delivers the presentation to a Scrum manager. And this presentation meeting happens regularly from Tuesday to Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Depending on your schedule, you can join that meeting and deliver your presentation accordingly. Once your presentation is done, you will be scored, and this score will be accounted in that 70% to pass the probation. Okay. Once your probation is done, once you have successfully passed the probation, you can work as a paid intern with us, and then product-based tasks will be allotted to you with respect to the kind of project which we are building. I would like to show you certain tasks and projects as well. Coming to this point. So once your probation is passed, once your internship is complete, you can request the internship completion letters, and we can issue you the internship completion letters accordingly. Okay. Coming back to the next part. So how the tasks look like, let me just give you a sample example. So now on this, if you can see, so he's a full stack web development intern. and he has to implement a file read functionality using asynchronous task. It is one task which is allotted to him. It was allotted to him on 26th July. There is a due date of 31st July. Then the status, the reference, what needs to be done, the reference code is attached in the task itself. So how the tasks are being allotted. So there is an introduction to the task, then how the project has to be set up, what code has to be implemented. Post that code, what is the explanation of that code that will be explained to you. In the references, many times there are videos provided. So it is a complete tutorial of an hour or so, where we and our team members have explained the complete concept so that you get the fundamental understanding, and then you can complete your task as per your convenient time. Okay. So then there is a code explanation, then how you have to run the project. And post that, there are certain instructions about how to give the presentation of the particular task which you have done. So this is the presentation which needs to be done. So detailed guidance and everything is allotted. Here is a second task. So you might get a number of tasks one by one. So once you request a task, we allot you a task. You have to complete that task. Once your task is done, you have to schedule the presentation. Once the presentation schedule is there, you have to join and do the presentations, and you will be scored accordingly. And that's how the internship progresses. One important thing which I would like to tell you here, you need not worry about the college timings and XYZ during this internship. You can request tasks as per your convenient time. You can complete your task as per your convenient time. And whenever your task is done, then you can schedule the presentation as per your convenient time, and you can deliver the presentations. Okay. There will be a given timeline of that task, but somehow, if you're unable to do it within that time, there is no hard and fast rule. You can deliver it a little later as well, depending on your convenience. And if you have any other thing like your exams or anything like that, during that time, you can ask for the leave. We will issue the leave letter to you. And once you are free again, then you can continue your tasks and you can work on it. So there is no time commitment required every day. Once you are free from the college, you can devote 1 hour, 2 hours, 50 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes out of your time for the internship. So this is one of the best part of the internships. So one benefit is you are working on the real-time products, which are actually being used by the consumers, which are in demand in the industry. Second, you are practically working on the challenges. It is not just a tutorial which you have seen and implemented. No, you will get the detailed description and a software requirement specification of the task, what needs to be done. Then you have to do it one by one. Once you do it, you will gain the experience of development of the real-time product. Third, you will get all the authenticated letters for college submissions to show during your placements, which is one of the most important things. Hackveda, since it is a limited company, it is a global company. We are working in India, we are working in Canada. So one of the best part which you have is you have the real-time experience, and the experience letters, the selection letters, they are very, very valuable for your college. And once you will appear for the placements. So for placements, you have the industry experience, you have the industrial project in hand, and you have the industrial letters, the authenticated selection and completion letters, which justifies your experience working on a product. So this is one of the most important thing. So post that, let me just show you what kind of presentations our interns are doing, and you guys can really see these presentations from your machines also. So I'm just sharing this link in chat with all of you so that you get an idea about these presentations, and you can search for the presentations as well. These are the references which are being provided to all the interns, so that if they are working on a task, so they can quickly search for how other interns have implemented those tasks. So you're going to get a complete material to help you out with how you have to approach for the task. So suppose I'll give you an example. Suppose I would like to search something with respect to the stock product, or suppose I was working on certain stock product, the task which was allotted. So you can quickly search for how many people have developed and deployed the stock-based product. So you can see that there is an SDLC available by Mr. Pranjal. He is an intern. All these videos which you can see here are the videos directly from the interns itself. These are the work of the interns which they have done during their internship task. So everything is real time, okay? And the data, the tasks, the references are organized in a very, very proper structured way, which gives you a very added advantage of the internship and gaining the real-time experience. So this is these are the major information about how internships are being done, and n number of data is available, which I believe you should access the platform, and you should understand how things are being done and how people are working, and then you can take a decision whether you want to be an intern with Hackveda as well. Now, coming back to the internships, so we are going to send you a mail regarding the internships today about the selection processes. So there are two modes in which you guys can join these internships. One is the assessment test based. Assessment you have to give on Hackveda 1-to-1. I believe you have already received the login password because you have already registered on the website. So you can log into Hackveda 1-to-1 and you can take an assessment test. And with that assessment, there is a voucher of ₹100, which you have to pay for the assessment test voucher. Then you can attempt that exam a number of times. And once you pass the assessment test, you will get the selection letter. We are charging this voucher fee for this assessment so that only interested candidates take part into these internships. So we are very, very clear on this particular part. We don't want any random person to come and take the assessments. We want only serious candidates, the responsive candidates. That's where there is a voucher fee, just to filter out the serious candidates out. Okay, so there is a voucher fee of ₹100 in order to take the assessment. Apart from that, if you are a complete beginner, say, if you are very, very new to technology, still you want to do the internship, you want to learn all of these things, how things are being done. So we have the second option of direct registrations. So on direct registrations, we charge INR 500, which is a one-time non-refundable fee for direct registrations. For direct registrations, you need not take any interview for the internship. You just have to take a registration. Once your registration is done, you will get a selection letter. You will get the selection letter with respect to your date of joining. Then there will be a welcome meeting where a complete process will be explained to the intern, and then your internship begins. And you will learn through the references provided. You will complete your task. You will do your presentations. You will get your scores. And eventually, within the duration of the internship, you will be able to build good products, good presentations. Your communication skills will improve. Your confidence will improve to communicate with people. You will have that sense of responsibility that I have a deadline to match, which is very, very important in the industry. What you will really gain here is a little professional experience that I am the responsible for the task allotted to me, and I cannot, there is no blame game possible. As in a company, if you are given a task, you are also responsible to get that task done. So before you land up to the industry, you will gain a real-time experience of how you have to work in a company, okay? How you have to update your attendance, how you have to communicate with the other team members, how the task and responsibilities will be allotted to you, how in time you're going to present it, how you're going to get the feedbacks, how you're going to get the experience letter, how will you be moving out of the company, what would be the exit process. So all of these things all together, you can learn, which is nowhere possible in a course anywhere in the world. So that's what is Hackveda's internships, which we guys are offering. And before we conclude the presentation, I have my few interns, those who have initiated the presentation. I would like them to share their experience with you, the true internship experience which they have done. And post that, guys, you can post your questions on chat. If you want answers to any of these questions, I will be happy to answer your questions as well. So before that, I would like to reach out to Anshita Sharma and Prithvi Pujari, followed by Mahendra. A 1 minute experience, guys, your real experience with the internships. You can please speak on it. And before we do it, I had just one question here from Kanchan. Let me just look into it. It is, sir, what about after the completion of internship? Will the interns be provided with a placement offer? Yes, yes. So the interns, those who have completed 6 months of internships with us, they will get minimum 4 LPA from the platform. That is the minimum offer. There are better pay packages with respect to your performance during the internship. So if you have completed 6 months paid internships with us, there is a guaranteed minimum 4 LPA offer on the same technology on which you were working during the internship from Hackveda. So yes, there is a guaranteed placement offer. Any more questions related to this? You guys can post your questions on chat, and I would request Anshita to start with the internship feedbacks.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anshita Sharma, and I have joined Hackveda as a Python intern in June. And I have a very good experience till now, as I am working on Python programming language. So till now, the projects and the small tasks that I have done is really great. And the most important thing that I feel, the task they have organized, we get a reference to do that task. Along with it, in some tasks, we also get some tutorials. And these are very helpful because once you start working on a new thing, then the most important thing that comes to your mind is how you're going to do it, the first question. But when you keep on analyzing the things, that is the most important. And you learn a lot of things in that process. You are definitely going to learn a lot of new things. And till now, I have a very good experience, and still I am working on a big project and from step by step. And I think I will be just developing and learning a lot of new technologies from this internship. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Anshita. I would like to reach out to Prithvi.
Yeah, sir. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Prithvi Pujari, and I joined in as a data science intern here at Hackveda. Is there like too much noise in the background, or is my voice audible?
No, it's clear. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. So I joined in as a data science intern at Hackveda, and in my experience, what I've understood is that you can learn. You can keep consuming as much theory as you can back in college or from any other courses that you do, but there's no point of any of it if you do not even have been given that exposure to implement it in certain projects. And what I really liked here at Hackveda was that we were given a roadmap. We were provided with initial beginner blocks so that we were exposed to these certain technologies, and there were like so many references given to us, and that sort of opened up this pathway to explore more and dig deeper. Because what happens is that if you keep on consuming theory over and over again, you sort of get bored, and you sort of end up misinterpreting it as like you're losing interest in that domain. But the thing is that you never really lose interest in that domain. You just haven't really been given the opportunity to implement your knowledge over there. And that's what Hackveda has done for me. Even I was starting to lose interest, which is why I decided, let's just get into an internship and see how things work out for me. If data science is something that would really keep me interested when it comes to computer science, or when it comes to integrating the world with computer science. And that's what Hackveda has done for me. That is pretty much it from my side, sir.
Thank you, Prithvi. So nice words. I think we are meeting for the first time.
Yeah, we're meeting for the first time, sir.
Right. Thank you for the great feedback.
Yes.
I'm moving out to the next person, Mahindra.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mahindra Jangid. I am from cybersecurity group, and I'm pursuing for cybersecurity analyst.
Great.
I joined Hackveda on 1st Feb 2022. Then I started 2023. Then I started my journey. I had a lot of theory, practical, but I had issues with practical exams, like how software hacking was, how Linux servers use exploits and everything. So I was searching for a build. Then I got the Hackveda from a friend as a reference. And then I contacted her and asked everything. Then they said that you will be doing 2 months internships and everything. I learned a lot that I haven't learned in 3 years. I just learned in 2 months because I had a theory, but I haven't practiced anything in cybersecurity. And cybersecurity is all about practice, not about theory. Like how to crack software and everything. Now I have a lot more experience than any of the students that are joined with me. And thank you, sir, for this opportunity. That's all from my side. Sorry for the internet. I have a little fever for that. And
thank you so much. Thank you so much. So guys, I believe now we can have questions from the new interns, those who have joined. So guys, you can raise your questions and we'll give you you can ask your questions one by one. So please raise your hands. We'll call your names and you can ask your questions if you have any. Kanchana was asking a question. So Kanchan, yes, you can turn your cam on and please ask your questions. We'll be happy to answer. Kanchan, I think you have to unmute your mic and please turn your cam on also so that we can yeah, and then you can please ask your questions. We'll be happy to answer. Hi, Kanchan. Yeah, please tell me. Please ask your question.
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to do an internship in embedded systems, sir.
In embedded, definitely you can do an embedded internship with us.
So, yeah, after writing the assessment, I'll be provided with a 2-month probation, right, sir?
Yes, there will be a 2 months probation period will be provided. We don't end the probation in 2 months itself. If a person somehow is unable to pass the probation in 2 months, his probation period will continue if he is willing to do so. So if anybody wants to continue for the 3rd month and 4th month onwards, 4th month as well, and are unable to pass their probation, but still they want to continue for that duration experience, they can do that with us. It is not a problem. And if they have scored 70% and above, then they become a paid intern with us.
So what if a person completes in 2?
What is, sorry, you got muted, I think.
Am I audible now, sir?
Yes, you're audible.
So what if a candidate passes the probation in 2 months? What will the next step after that?
So candidate will be given references to the basic embedded steps initially. There are in embedded, as far as I know, there are 13-14 circuits which needs to be built on a VOCV simulator. So it's an online simulator on which 14 circuits needs to be built. Once you are done with those 14 circuits, then you will be working on the components of our paratrooper locator system, which is an existing product, followed by body composition machine, the embedded part of the body composition machine, which is also a product which we manufacture and we sell globally. So that's what is the career path. And post that, whatever new is coming in, you'll be given the tasks accordingly.
So my question is, what if a candidate completes the probation in 2 months and scores 70%? What will the next step after probation?
So they will get the probation letter, probation completion letter, along with the information of the stipend. So stipend range is 5,000 to 15,000 rupees. Initially, we offer 5,000 rupees stipend for every candidate, and as per their performance after the probation, then the surplus amounts are added to them. And 15,000 is also not a limit. We can extend the stipends to above 15,000 as well, but totally depends on the performance of the person. So they get a paid internship letter, but the process continues in the same format. The internship continues in the same format.
So, yeah, internship will be from 4 weeks to 6 months based on performance, right, sir?
Absolutely. So suppose, I'll give you an example. Suppose a candidate is in final year and he has completed his 6 months of internship with us and he has completed his college also. We can offer him a full-time offer to work with us, okay? But if a candidate is in college, suppose he's in 2nd year when he started the internship, he completed his 6 months of internship. So till the duration he is in college, he can continue paid internships with us up to 1 year, 2 years, whatever the duration he is in college, he can continue his internship as a paid intern with us. Once he has completed his graduation, then he can join us as full-time. So this is the option. there is no end limit post 6 months. It is not like once the 6 months are done, we will say, no, it is over. No, they can continue with us.
In that case, it's okay, sir. Let me share my case. I have completed my graduation recently in the month of May, this
Great.
2023.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm looking for an
So
internship.
even if you have completed your graduation, so suppose you have worked for 3 months with us. I'm just giving you an example. Suppose you have worked for 3 months, next 3 months with us, and your performance is pretty good, then we can consider you before this 6 months period as well to work as full-time. So it is totally on our management decision as well as the performance of the candidate. So if we find a candidate suitable for any specific, position for full-time and is available, so on mutual acceptance, we can give them offer before this 6 months duration as well.
Okay. Sir, is there any service agreement kind of thing? Or else, is there any service agreement kind of?
So initially you will get a selection letter. All the details of the letter will be there. So once you fill the direct registration form or the assessment test, embedded, I think there is an assessment test available. So you can take it on embedded system professional assessment. I think that is the name. So you can take this assessment. Once you pass the assessment, you will automatically get a selection letter with all the details mentioned for the internship. Once your probation period is done, then you will get another letter where paid internship and the stipend information would be mentioned. Once that is done, then there is a customized letter will be issued for a full-time. So that comes from our legal department. So the legal cell sends that agreement, and that will be disclosed to you post the probation completion once we are offering you as a full-time.
Okay. So we need to know the basic knowledge regarding embedded systems if we wanted to do an internship in that domain.
It is not necessary because we have certain, course material also recorded, which is the beginner course material. There are no live classes happening because we are not offering any course to people. But yes, we do have a course recorded, which we have recorded earlier. So we will give those resources for the beginners, those who are completely new to technology. So any person who's completely new to technology as well can start the internship. They need not do any external course outside to join the internship. That is not required.
Okay, so that's all from my side.
Right. Any questions from anyone else? I can see a couple of more names. I can see Dhanush, Sunitha, Supriya, Saurabh Patil. Guys, if you have any questions, please do let us know, or else we are good to go for the day. We are going to share an information about the internship within like 15-20 minutes from now, as after this presentation. And this video will also be live on our channel. So if you want to refer to this video and this meeting today, you can find it on youtube.com/official Hackveda. If you want to share this video with any of your friends, those who you believe might be interested for internships but are not able to join today, you can share this video presentations with them as well. Also, how many of you are from NRI college? I think it is NRI college, NRI Institute of Technology. Many students registered yesterday. So people from NRI, people from Shilapathy Institute of Technology. I think I just got these two names from my backend team. So people from these colleges, you can inform your TPOs as well about the meeting today. You can share the meeting link, the video link with them as well, in case if they have any questions about the internship, so they can understand about it and they can convey the information further to all the other candidates. Also, if you can circulate the information within your groups about today's discussions, about the questions and answers, hopefully you got all the questions and answers cleared, so you can convey that information. So all the people, those who are interested to take an internship at this very moment, so it is a very, very good time they can join. And the next internship starting date is 16th of August. So they can do their registrations by or before 16th of August. 16th of August, we would be having our next welcome internship meeting. So all the people, those who pass the assessment test before, consider 15th August, by or before 15th August, if you are done with your assessments, or else if you are done with your direct registrations before that, you will get your selection letters within 24 hours of your registration. And then the details of your internship meeting, followed by a welcome meeting, so as to introduce you how the process and everything is going to work, and followed by the Scrum meetings, which will be organized regularly Tuesday to Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for being available. Thank you all my team members, Prithvi, Anshita, and Mahendra for organizing the meeting at a very short notice, and all the other new interns, those who have joined with us today on a very, very short notice. And next, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us on support@hackveda.in. We will be able to help you out on it. And that's all for the day. Thank you so much, guys.